So here we're recording now. So Chris,
Yeah.
just step back. Could you could you explain to me what the Poison Girls were about?
What the Poison Girls were about?
Yeah, just imagine that I didn't know about the Poison Girls.
Oh right, okay. Well, they were part of this whole kind of anarcho-punk movement. It was like the politics came first and the music came second, but nevertheless the music still was quite kind of important, but could be very changeable. Could be anything from very thrashy sort of rock stuff to kind of quite sort of beautiful sort of electronic-y stuff. But there was all this message and sort of things behind it all. And the extraordinary thing was it was fronted by a 48-year-old, not thin woman, and she was like singing to all these lads, teenage lads, and somehow what she did was really cool, and they really appreciated it, and good on her. She was a real talent.
I mean, even within the context of the crash scene, Poison Girls were quite an unusual band, weren't they?
They were. I mean, they were. They're all, sort of intellectual kind of writing crew, and the drummer had been like something like a consultant for ICI or something like that. Just, and then just thought fuck it, and then done this. And she'd been this kind of mad sort of woman. She used to be called the Woman in Blue. She'd go do these theatre things where she'd just paint herself in blue and dance around and do stuff on stage, like really mad stuff. And her thing was no bath, no blue lady, so the venues had to have a bath. And then they got together and did this mad political sort of punky.
So how did you get involved?
Well, I wasn't the first bass player. I was in it for about nearly 2 years.
Was that the guy, that Lance Boyle?
Lance Boyle was the drummer.
Oh right.
The bass player was called Bernard Dubois or something, yeah. And he was a strange character. He looked like a bank manager, and he was this crazy graphic artist that he moved house and he had kids and stuff, and they decided they were going to move in a horse and car, do it like that. It took them 6 weeks to do it, and they all used to do shit like that. I was 17 and I was just a lad out of Sheffield trying to get a decent gig, and I didn't know. My mate had been into them. He'd been a fan of theirs up north, and he said, I've got this. My mate plays bass quite well, so I went along, and I was just.
And were you like a little punk rocker at that time, or were you not even a?
Not really. I was just. I played fretless bass. I was into kind of all that kind of talk and all that kind of like sort of new romantic-y kind of stuff. Really, the beginnings of. And then I got hooked into that, and the music that we were doing was, if you listen to Where's the Pleasure, which is the first album that I did, it is moving out into that. They started to realise, to get their message across, people, the real edgy, angular, sort of guitar-y stuff was actually putting people off.
The crass kind of stuff.
Yeah, they wanted to communicate to more people, so made the sound of what they were doing smoother, which is when I came along and did that.
And how long were you in the Poison Girls?
About 2 years. Like
and is it a period that you look back on fondly now?
Well, the thing is, it kind of is. It kind of is. But I was very young and naive, and around these very, very strong characters. So when you're a teenager, those years are pretty quite emotionally churning anyway. So to be in this, we lived in this communal house, and there was all this kind of stuff going on. I mean, thinking about it now and analysing it and stuff, yes, it was an amazing thing to go through, but at the time it wasn't particularly easy.
Do you think that any of the stuff that you did with the Poison Girls informs what you do now with the Bays?
I think it changed me a hell of a lot. Like I say, I was just a straight up bloke that was just into chicks and girls, all I could never get. And then after that, my whole mind opened up to a new way of thinking about things. And I had a little boy. So I was 21 or something. I settled down. I became a kind of house husband. Gave up on music. And I'm supposed to be waiting on the call to be whether I'm a granddad.
So I understand. Yeah.
That was really. Oh, thanks very much. Brilliant. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm waiting on the call to be a granddad any minute now.
So, how did you get from there to here? Was there an element of?
All right.
It's cool, man.
That's all right. Yeah.
Was there always an element of kind of improvisation with the Poison Girls, or?
Not musically. Not musically. I mean, trying to think. There wasn't not musically. No, things were quite well worked out. I think with that. There wasn't actually. No, I don't think.
Because I kind of see some similarities in the way that in the stance, you know, that you're kind of operating outside of the industry.
Yeah, oh, definitely. Yeah.
And did that come from Poison Girls? I mean, I get, you know, there's 4 people in the band, isn't there? You know, so.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't. Yeah, I suppose there are similarities to this. They're both kind of like on their own independent sort of thing, not actually trying to get anything from the music industry as straight ahead as it is. Really, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, I really enjoyed the gig tonight.
Thanks very much.
It was
brilliant. Thank you.
The best. I mean, I've seen you a few times, and it's all, you know, it's always very different and stuff. But it's something that it just gives me real pleasure to see that people that were active in that scene are kind of still doing something that's interesting and worthwhile and stuff. And do you find that do you get many people coming up to you and talking about Poison Girls?
A couple. I had some randomly in Sri Lanka. I was quite pissed. Somebody sort of started having a go at me and going, saying, "Oh, a bit boring tonight." And I didn't like Poison Girls much anyway. And it's just a random bloke, and it was kind of one of those things so weird. It's like he's didn't know how to respond, you know. A few people have known I've done that. It's quite weird.
I'm done, man.
Okay, cool.
That's all I need.